what exactly is awakening? What exactly, who exactly is an awakened one? So many people on the spiritual journey, on a spiritual path, think of awakening as um, connection with Source, the Absolute. Sometimes people call it God, oneness, um, enlightenment. So, awakening is often thought of in terms of reaching this, that I am one with everything. I am the absolute, and that's it. And what an awakened one is, they are the absolute. There is nothing personal about them, and that they have reached the place where they have no ego left, and they are just the absolute. So, for many people on a spiritual path, awakened ones, or awakening, is a duality, or non-duality, as they call it. It's ego or oneness, ego or God, ego or absolute. And I have some questions to reflect on, to ask, to inquire about this, because some of it is that we're setting ourselves up with that simplistic, simplified view of awakening, or being, or what an awakened one is. And that could be, on some level, sabotaging our spiritual growth, our journey. So, part of the question that comes up for me is, when I hear people talk about the absolute and oneness, people also say nothing is real. Okay? It's we all going into oneness anyway, so nothing that is happening on this planet is real. And what that brings up for me is the person who is embracing millions of people, is that not real? Is the person who is killing millions of people, is that not real? If I have a child, if I have a child, is that child? What is that child? Me? Oneness with me? And is my relationship with my child or my partner the same as my relationship with the one who is killing millions for money? Or are we all one? Is that what it is? And if I have an attachment and love for my child that is different than my attachment or love for some other child, is that my ego? Is that what it is? Is this the duality that we find ourselves in? We are either in an ego, and my love, my attachment, my relationship with my child or my partner is ego. Because really, on the other hand, there's the absolute. We're all really one. So what what happens here? How do we get into this either or place and set ourselves up for something that's not how creation made us? How creation made us? Why didn't creation just plop children, plop humans? Why did creation create a woman with a womb that nurtures, feeds the baby, gives it all the elements it needs to grow in her body and give birth, and have humans be dependent, babies be dependent on humans to be raised, to receive mirroring, nourishment, physical, emotional, spiritual, to receive the elements that we need to grow up as healthy humans. What is it that, why did creation make us this way if it's ego? What is an awakened one? Are they just the absolute? Is that all that they are? And how is the absolute manifesting into a body? What elements are needed for that to manifest, for that one to manifest into a body with their own particular flavor of how they may be interacting with us, of what they may be bringing to us? What gives one awakened one a different flavor than another one, and another one? Why are there so many spiritual practices? Is it because we're all one? We're all the same? We all come from a supreme consciousness. Yes. Nothing exists really without the absolute, without the supreme consciousness. Yes, true. But is everything else ego? Is my question. And that there is nothing personal. That the other assumption about child, partner, how creation has made us, that nothing is personal, is the belief of many on the spiritual path and spiritual journey. So let's talk about a little bit about what an awakened one may be. Okay, let me put something out there and you see. So an awakened one is someone who is connected with source, with the supreme consciousness, with the absolute. They are in constant connection. They know how to access source. Amazingly, right? They know how to access source, and they are continuously accessing source. And as they access source, they're also manifesting certain ways of being, certain qualities, certain elements, whether it's the embrace of a mother or the Mahakali aspect of it that is about erasing the ego, or it could be I mean, so many different things, so many different ways. It could be the capacity to orient, to see, to differentiate different things, different understandings from not just intellectual level, but from a whole body level, heart level. So what they're doing is that they're accessing source and then showing up in a certain way. They are accessing source continuously, and source goes to the different elements that we need in our lives, like passion, power, silence, majesty, aliveness, vibrancy, joy, compassion, pleasure, um, along with source, along with the absolute. So, what is the difference between, sorry, one more element, I was going to move on. One more element is the higher self, the spirit, the one that is guiding us in our lifetime, what we are here to cultivate, what we are here to offer, what a personal, impersonal mission may be, to why we're here. And so how does an awakened one choose in which way they manifest, in which way they're bringing what they're doing in this planet, for example? And many on the spiritual path bypass this part, bypass the higher self, the magical being within us, the spirit. So just some questions. In terms of the difference between an awakened one and you and me and, us, the difference is that they are connected with source. They are connected with source fully, completely. They embodied connection with source. It's not transcendence, it's embodied. And what that means for us is that we can cultivate connection with source. We can cultivate different aspects of what our soul is here for, of the elements that we need to be on this planet, like joy, love, passion, pleasure, all of those, stillness, peace, power. We can cultivate those, and we can access those ourselves. I may not be reaching, my soul may not have cultivated what an awakened one has cultivated in this lifetime. My soul may not cultivate that to that extent. However, at the same time, I too can cultivate. I too can start to access what they access. This is controversial. In Diamond Logos, they talk about this as humanizing spirituality. And humanizing spirituality is that we are on a journey, and the awakened one, when they take birth on this planet, they are also on their journey. They are also on their journey. We do not erase their humanness. their vulnerabilities, their evolution. They may have cultivated something that I cannot reach. They may have cultivated that incredibly, and they are really beacons of light in this planet. Yet, they are also still often in the process of cultivation. I think it's difficult to see that. It's difficult to see that they may also be in process, that they are also navigating the conditioning, the issues, that they are vulnerable themselves, that they may not for example, they may have cultural conditioning that may not, it may have allowed different aspects of their spirit, of the higher self, their soul, let's say, and living that on this planet, but there may be pieces of it that feels like not on the spiritual path. They may also have the belief or the program or the conditioning or cultural, it could be cultural, it could be our upbringing. They could also be not allowing fully the glory, the pieces of their soul and what they are here for. May it be personal. Oftentimes it's personal. It's the hardest one to allow, is the personal. So they may not allow it. Many on the spiritual path, we have a need, and we blind ourselves from allowing the awakened one to be human. Along with being an awakened one, an awakened human. So, I feel like I should have given some examples here. And I'm going to try and give an example. It's bringing up a lot of sadness for me to reflect on this. So, I mean, even if you were to look at, I'll give an example here. Even if you were to look at a lot of religions. Now, I know there's a lot of stuff with religions, but let's look at some of the similarity here. I feel like in the religions that I have come across, they tend to be concerts. Like in Tibetan, there's like concerts of um, like a oneness. Does that make sense? Like Christ and Mary, I believe. uh, sorry, Christ and Mary. Radha Krishna. I'm forgetting names. Muhammad with Khadija. Maybe. So in different religions, there are a lot of those pairs, right? Why are religions full of these pairs of union? Even in Tibetan Buddhism, they have it. Why are there pairs in that way? And why is that? And is creation made in a way where we are all seeking that? Now, maybe we may not manifest that in this lifetime, and there's nothing wrong with that. However, what if that is one of the personal aspects of a human being that is seeking, and that all religions kind of, to maybe not all of them, but many religions talk about it. Many religions have that. What did we do? What did we do with that? Did we, oh, that's the absolute or ego? Why is it represented so much, so often? So this is just one example, something to really be with. Even the child is in religion. It is there. So I just want to invite you to reflect, to question, to see, is this a belief? And what if my belief of there's either the supreme consciousness, everything is one, or it's ego, is that accurate? Could my belief potentially be getting in the way of me understanding and allowing my spiritual journey to unfold? Because my belief comes in. When something else comes in, my belief comes in and cuts it off. So I think this is really, really important, and something that many get trapped in, and then we feel like we're failing, but that's because we're splitting things off and burying them in our bodies. If it doesn't resonate with our belief, with our system, we split it off, and where does it go? In our bodies. It goes in our bodies, and it starts to create havoc. Or we even split off the havoc and we feel like we're all good, but we are creating unconsciously structures in our body that are actually taking us away from a spiritual path and journey. So many things here to reflect on. I really want to invite you. I know I kind of struggled a little bit with trying to put the ideas and the examples out there, but I hope you were able to follow, and I hope this was helpful to you.